Today I'm talking the difference between fear and mental blocks. And there is a difference, and it's important to know, especially for you parents who are navigating the world of mental blocks and fear. Fear can happen to a gymnast when she's working on a new skill, a skill that she has not yet mastered. Perhaps she's working series on low beam and she hasn't moved it up to high beam. She's afraid to go up to high beam. Or maybe she's working her flyaway into the pit, but she hasn't yet put it in between the bars or onto the mat. So it is a brand new skill that she has not yet mastered. Versus a mental block happens on a mastered skill. This is something that she likely has even competed in the past. Maybe she's been doing the skill for years. There's no doubt that this is a skill that she knows how to do. She's already taken that series up to the high beam, or she's already put it on the hard surface. So it is consistent and it is a skill that she has mastered. Another difference between fear and a mental block is that fear happens with logical caution. Again, she's trying to move her series up to high beam. That's scary. Brain goes, what are you trying to do? Put this on this really high beam that's only 4 inches wide. The caution makes sense. She's trying to take her skill to the next level, and her brain getting scared about the fact that she's trying to do this harder progression of a skill. Makes sense. Versus on a mental block, like I said, this is a skill she's mastered. She will all of a sudden freeze up on it. There's no logic here. It's not like, ooh, that's scary. I don't think I want to do that. I've been doing this all along, and then all of a sudden I can't do it. So it's a sudden freeze. It's really abrupt, and it happens without the gymnast even knowing why. Fear improves with repetition. The more your gymnast works the skill, whether she gets spots, she puts mat under the beam, she tries it into the pit, then moves it to the next part, it improves. So the more she does it, the higher her confidence is and the less scary the skill feels. Eventually she can do the skill. Versus a mental block feels uncontrollable, meaning regardless of how many reps she puts in, it doesn't feel less scary. It doesn't feel any easier. Sometimes the more reps she does can even make the skill worse or makes it harder for her to go for the skill. There is no progression with a mental block that matches that of fear, where the more reps you put in, the more confidence you get and the easier it gets to do the skill. The reason this is important, because a lot of times I'll have parents come to me and say, my gymnast has a mental block. And then I start talking to the gymnast and I realize it's not a mental block, it's just you have to learn how to work through fear. And that's a bit of a different strategy, although some of the strategies overlap and can be the same. It's a different scenario completely. With mental blocks, there is a particular way that you have to work through them in order to make sure that you're not making them worse and in order to make sure that you're able to do the skill again in the future. So I hope this is helpful in understanding the difference. There are some overlaps. Certainly if your gymnast has been injured doing a skill, that fear of re-injury can turn into a mental block. So that's where those can overlap. For the most part, fear and mental blocks are different.